All right, welcome back to Chatbots 101. This is video number one, officially video number one. In the previous video, we were doing a quick introduction of myself, of the course, and an overview of the course. And in this video, we're going to talk about what is a bot and why should your church have one. So let's dive right into it. So what is a bot? Let's quickly talk about Messenger and Facebook and what it all means. Facebook Messenger in April 2014 separated, or actually Facebook separated Messenger out of its Facebook app menu and made it an app all on its own called Messenger, as we all know it now. And it is by far one of the fastest growing apps, both in user count, about 1.2 billion users as of April 2018, and in bot apps. Now, think of an app as an app inside an app. So basically, if I develop a bot for your church, that bot is considered an app inside of Messenger. So Messenger would be a platform, just like you have an iStore and a Windows Store and a Google Store where you can buy apps. Messenger, even though you don't buy the apps of Messenger, contains all these bots considered like apps, and are over 100,000 so far. So from a technical point of view, bots are autonomous digital messages that can answer questions, they can provide automated responses, and be programmed with simple AI, artificial intelligence. In short, it's a conversation instead of an information overload like typical data sources like websites or apps. Bot creation can be done with custom coding if you are talented enough to do that, which I am not, or by creating bots through third-party developers like Botsify, Chatfuel, ManyChat, and many others. And the beauty of a bot compared to many other apps is that conversation can seamlessly be taken from one device to another. So if a user starts on their phone, they get busy, and then they are on their computer later on, and suddenly they realize, oh yeah, wait, I started an interaction. They can go right into Messenger inside of Facebook on their desktop for that matter, or just go to messenger.com and they can continue the journey in the conversation with you. They are already used by small, and when I say they, I'm talking about bots. Bots are already used by small and large companies alike to accomplish an array of goals by means of bot interactions. I'm talking about companies like Coca-Cola, L'Oreal, Kia. And so, want to order food? A bot can help you with that. Reserve a table at your favorite restaurant? A bot can help you with that. Book a flight, a hotel, or rental car? A bot can help with that. Want more information and need help buying a car? A bot can help with that. Want to know your BMI? That's a body mass index if you're a fitness freak? Well, a bot can help with that. Need daily inspiration, jokes, and stories? A bot can help with that. The future of bots is limited only by your imagination, and development ranges from free, if you do it yourself, like I can teach you to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how simplistic or how complex it is in its design and functionality. So why should your church have a bot? Okay, so a bot in its simplest form, like I said earlier, is an automated but human-like conversation inside Messenger that can lead to certain outcomes. And when engaging a prospect, and if developed correctly, bots shine much brighter than most other platforms for a few reasons. One, whether you create a persona or use your own identity, people develop a much stronger connection with your brand through personalized conversation. And we'll cover this much more in depth in video 7. Let me just break this down. So when I say you create a persona or you use your own identity, I have a bot, Levis.Vander. And so when people interact with the bot, they're going to think they speak to me. And that's on purpose. On the other hand, you get Kian, which is a fictional character created by Kia in their bot. And so you talk to Kian, and Kian introduces himself as Kian, and so that's a persona. All right, and then also conversations can be tailored to the individual's needs, so the individual needs of the prospect. More time spent on your bot allows for deeper brand discovery, educational opportunity, and higher conversion and retention rates. And we'll cover the art of conversational bots in video 6. Let me pause here for a second. I know a lot of times we look at these terms and we're like, well, I'm a church. I don't care about branding or conversion and retention rates. No, you do. We just call it different things in a church. You are a brand. First of all, we represent the kingdom. or your church represent a denomination, which is like a brand, or you're non-denominational and you're a brand on your own. But the bottom line is, if you have a name on a building or on a sign, you have a brand. And people need to discover that brand. They need to learn about who you are, what you stand for. Then, in church terms, we talk about salvations or church membership that's being joined. And then how long do they say? These are all the same things we're talking about. So this is where bots shine, all right? And let me share an example of a bot that I built for a church, but a little bit of background information. The bot was built early in December 2017 with a goal to communicate with regards to our 21 days of prayer that was going to start on January 1, 2018. So we posted a link on the church Facebook page for people to opt in, and everyone that signed up for this sequence received 2 messages. One in the morning, about 30 minutes prior to the start of our prayer time, and in this message they were reminded of the theme for the day and encouraged to join us live or online, and then there was a link to the online stream where they could watch it later. They were asked whether they'd be joining us or not, which gave us an indication of the participation levels. And then in the afternoon, after they got home at about 6 o'clock, we gave them another message that mentioned the theme for the day again, kind of reiterated that and teased the theme for the next day. They were asked whether they made it in the morning or not, and thereby giving us more data on participation. We started out, and now again, you got to realize this was launched right after Christmas, so about 5-6 days before the end of the year. And we had in that first week about 36 people sign up, and the list grew to 49 people that received messages and reminders about our 21 days of prayers. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to understand, this was my first bot I built, and it was a big experiment that they allowed me to do. This church had about 500 adults in worship, and so we had about 10% of people that we could communicate to immediately. So let me show you this. So the top paragraph, the headings are called up. This was the day of the broadcast, and the date that I sent it, what time I sent it. So you actually see it was 6:30 in the afternoons. And then how many people it was sent to, how many people opened it or read it, and how many people clicked and interacted with me. I mean, guys, 20% for emails. I have 100% opening rate with all of this. 100%, and my list grew 36, 42, 45, and then later on a little bit more. And then on the click-throughs, now in the mornings, you can see in the mornings only 33% of people actually clicked on it. It might have been because I actually had it on quiet, so it wouldn't wake them up. So it was just, it showed up, it flashed the screen, but it didn't make a bing, bing, bing sound, okay? But still, 13, 15, 17, so in the morning, a high of almost 30% of the people interacting with my message. And then in the afternoons, all those almost doubled. In fact, almost tripled in some instances, a high 54, 48, 55 a high, 46, 48. These are phenomenal interaction rates with the communication system. Hard to beat. All right. So the response was out of this world, and that was a snapshot of the first 5 days. Now, this is what it looked like. You can see I kind of built the bot. I signed up myself here, and then we had like a jump, and then it continued growing. So after the campaign, the focus unfortunately was taken away from the bot, but people discovered the bot and subscribed, and they still do. In February 2018, I moved away and everything fell apart. They did not continue to develop the bot, but people still, to this day, still subscribe. And this church has an amazing opportunity to use the bot to communicate with a large group of people immediately, instantaneously, with huge rates. All right. So people outside of the immediate, this is was pretty cool. People outside of the immediate area started conversations with us. They discovered our bot, and I was able to share our beliefs on baptism, on marriage, and a few other matters of faith with people that interacted with the bot. I remember, so this was in the Midwest, and we had people from Atlanta communicate with us, people from Chicago, I want to say, people from, I think there was a person actually from Washington State communicating with us. And so what an opportunity to reach out to people with questions. All right. That was a short overview of why you need a bot and what a bot is. In the next video, we're going to cover bots and funnels. If you're not familiar with the concepts, you're going to be introduced to them, and we're going to go over the purpose and goals of a funnel and how a bot can assist with that. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.